Welcome to the historic Carolina Theatre. We've been bringing music, comedy, theater, dance, movies, and school education programs to Durham since 1926. As a community nonprofit, ticket sales pay for only a portion of our costs. Our events are only possible through generous support of our donors and sponsors, so thank you. Please take a moment now to locate the emergency exit closest to your seat, which may be different from the entrance you used. Photography and recording of any kind are strictly prohibited. When we opened in 1926, there were no cell phones, and that's the way it should be tonight. No ringing, no texting, no tweeting. Just enjoy the show. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Paul Dayton. I am the chair of the Joint Department. It is my pleasure to welcome you here today to the 2024 graduation for the Joint Department of Biomedical Engineering. This ceremony concludes many years of challenging study to confer degrees upon our hardworking and talented students. The Joint Department of Biomedical Engineering is a unique program. We bring together red and blue, Wolfpack and Tar Heel, with a unified mission to beat Duke. Oh, wait, I misread. The mission of our department is to unite engineering and medicine to improve lives. Our department facilitates a groundbreaking collaboration in education and research between the UNC system's two premier universities. This enables our students to receive training and opportunities that far exceeds what would be otherwise possible at a single institution. Thus, all of our biomedical engineering bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree candidates will be graduating tonight from both North Carolina State University and the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Every diploma is conferred from both universities and has the seals of both NC State and UNC Chapel Hill. I bet you didn't think when you saw that tuition bill that you'd be getting two for the price of one. Ours is not an easy program. Rigorous from the beginning, only the most accomplished students are enrolled in BME to start. From there, they take more classes than almost all other majors, and almost all of these classes are extremely difficult. They're required to study math, physics, circuits, mechanics, controls, biology, physiology, and much more. As part of their studies, they need to apply what they have learned. They interact with doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and other clinical professionals to learn the areas of technological need in medicine. And then they apply their engineering skills to conceptualize, design, test, validate, and deliver technologies from bench to bedside. Several years later after their start, here we are. Our graduates with us today are now uniquely skilled and well qualified to enter a highly competitive, highly technical, and also well-compensated workforce. All they need now is their diploma. And with that, it's time to begin today's ceremony. To continue our proceedings, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Dr. Matthew Fisher, our Director of Graduate Studies, to introduce the graduate speaker.
Y'all can be seated. There's going to be a lot of names to read later. All right, well, it's my pleasure to introduce Sandra Stanglin-Molo as our graduate student speaker. Sandra joined our program in fall 2018 after receiving her bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering from the University of Michigan. She joined the lab of Dr. Jacqueline Cole, and her dissertation work has focused on developing a bone-on-chip that includes a vascular component to account for bone vascular interactions. She was an honorable mention for the National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship, and she received 2 different prestigious predoctoral fellowships from the National Institutes of Health. She's published several publications and abstracts during her time in our program, including 10 presentations at local and national meetings, and there will be several publications to come, I'm sure. In addition to scholarly pursuits, we strongly encourage our students to be impactful members of their community, and here Sandra has really shined in multiple leadership roles, including the Biomedical Engineering Representative within the NC State Graduate Student Association, and co-chair of the Legislative Affairs and Student Advocacy Committee within the GSA. She has also led several outreach efforts within our local community. Of note, within the Catalyst teaching program, she created project-based learning lesson plans in biomedical engineering and materials science and taught those topics to interested high school students with disabilities. Outside of the lab, Sandra is an amazing member of our BME community. Sandra, on a personal note, Sandra, I'm happy to report that the jade plant that you gave me a few years ago is still alive and well, despite my best efforts. After graduation, she plans to, in her words, soar off into industry. And I, for one, can't wait to see what she accomplishes. Please join me in welcoming soon-to-be Dr. Stanglin Molo.
Thank you, Dr. Fisher. So good evening, family, friends, and fellow graduates. It was my privilege to represent you all, graduate students, in the Graduate Student Association for Biomedical Engineering for 3 years, and it is my honor today to represent you one last time. So, like many of my fellow graduates, I joined the program knowing absolutely no one. My roommate was an eccentric stranger. Those of you who knew me during that time could laugh at that. She was a very strange individual. My new lab I had only met briefly a few months before, and my fellow 2018 PhD students were 25 brand new faces of varying degrees of social, which was interesting. We were kind of a ragtag group of students back then. Considering over half the PhD students I had worked with previously in my undergraduate labs had warned me against pursuing a PhD, I was considerably hesitant and contemplated, did I make the correct decision coming to grad school? Well, forced proximity via graduate biochemistry soon became the forge of our bonds, and we were introduced not only to biochemistry, but the foundation of what graduate school is built on: research papers, grants, oral presentations. And I also shudder to think of the number of trees that were sacrificed in the honor of printing all of those research papers that got us through that first year. Thank you, trees. So graduate school, as I'm sure you've heard from the graduate students that you're supporting here today, is really hard. Graduate school, undergraduate, it's hard work being a biomedical engineer. There were days where isolation and the weight of completing this degree were really hard to bear. Despite reassurances from my advisor that I was on the right track, I was doing the right thing, I truly felt that I was floundering. Fortunately, taken together, the reassurances from my PI, as well as the support from my graduate students, it's very important to help you get through. A PhD is more of a marathon, not a sprint. And I do not run. I am not a marathoner. My PI and her husband run enough for everyone in this room. They run ultramarathons. But I do think that running a marathon and thinking about your PhD as a marathon, not a sprint, is an appropriate metaphor. The first year, like the first few miles, really sets the pace. We're energetic, we're optimistic, we definitely got this. The middle years, like the middle miles, really had us reconsidering what we signed up for. Thoughts of leaving the program cycle through at every failed experiment, but you push back with, but I've made it too far to turn back. It would be absurd to leave now. Then comes mile 22, and we're so exhausted, so tired, that we fully block that part out of our memory and kind of have a blackout during that period. And friends and family, that is when the dissertation is being written, revisions for publication are due soon, and reviewer 2 had the audacity to ask for additional experiments. Reviewer 2. Then it's over. Pictures are taken, medals are presented, and we hobble to the med tent for a banana. The impossible was made possible. But how? Through grit, determination, and a touch of insanity? Absolutely. But it's also due to the support we received along the way. The people who run with you, the friendly faces in the crowd screaming your name. I found support not only in my family and friends, but in my peers. Because who knew better what I was going through than them? We were all in it together. We lamented research failures and the losses of our basketball team during March Madness. We pour one out for UNC in 2022, and we pour one out for NC State in 2024. We did really great, though. We did it. We celebrated each other's publications, research wins, and awards. Despite the late nights, the tears, the pain and frustration, together we achieved something great. To conclude, I have 2 parting recommendations. The first is to keep forging those bonds wherever you go. Keep meeting people, be it at work, the brewery, or my personal favorite, the bookstore. Always happy to chat over a book. It doesn't cost anything to be kind, and putting yourself out there is truly an opportunity for growth. Second, don't be afraid of doing the hard thing. We graduate students have learned to put out, be burned by, and selectively ignore so many fires that it would truly shock our parents. And that's figurative and literal sometimes. We've done a hard thing. So when you're applying for a reach position, approaching your supervisor for a promotion, or thinking of a career change, don't count yourself out, even if it may be a difficult change. As actor Tom Hanks said, if it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. It's the hard that makes it great. And so I congratulate all of our graduates today, and I thank you for listening.
It is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Naji Husseini, to give the undergraduate address. He's one of our esteemed faculty who needs no introduction to BME students. Dr. Husseini has been recognized consistently as one of the top educators at both NC State University and UNC Chapel Hill for nearly the past decade. He has received the NC State Gertrude Cox Award for Innovative Excellence in Teaching, the NC State Outstanding Teacher Award, the College of Engineering Faculty Advancement Award, the NC State Alumni Association Outstanding Teacher Award. He's been inducted into the Academy of Outstanding Teachers. And just last week, he was recognized for receiving the 2024 Johnson Teaching Excellence Award at UNC Chapel Hill. Dr. Husseini instructs all of our students, regardless of which campus they call home. In his spare time, he runs 200-mile ultramarathons for a relaxing and refreshing break from teaching college-level engineering. Dr. Husseini repeatedly receives the most nominations for undergraduate address speaker. Why, you might ask? Well, as the students put it, quote, Naji is nothing short of a demigod. His respect and attention towards every student in his class is obvious, and his material is top-notch. His practice of returning test grades the same day is something that I have never seen before. That is pretty impressive. Another student commented, Naji's exceptional qualities as an instructor made a profound impact on my educational experience, setting him apart as one of the most outstanding mentors I've ever had the privilege to learn from. And another student commented, Dr. Husseini's goofy sense of humor and his enthusiasm towards course material are downright infectious. Dr. Husseini is an exceptional and passionate teacher who cares deeply about his students, and we are very proud to have him part of BME's team. And with that, Dr. Husseini will give the undergraduate address.
Thank you, Professor Dayton, for the introduction, and thanks to you students for giving me this opportunity to address you and your guests. Let me try that again. Thank you, students. For this opportunity, even though you'll never see my face again, because I'm going to face out this way. I'd like to give you some advice today about why your current career plan is probably wrong. This speech will be different than many NC State graduation events that I've attended this week. And UNC fans, isn't it cute how NC State can't stop talking about tying for third place? Sure, you may not have won out at UNC, but at least you made it into the tournament this year. This opportunity went well enough that when a full-time job opened up in this department, initially created for somebody else, I still managed to sneak in and get that job. Biomedical engineering. I'd have laughed at graduation if you told me I would be teaching anything bio, since the last bio class I took was in high school in 1997. Can you believe that? That's old. But Dr. Dayton's turn signal has been on since 1997. So I'm younger than that. Now back to my original thesis. The 3 factors I mentioned before got me into this job. First, chance. An unexpected tragedy came a chance for me to attempt to fill a great man's legacy. Full-time university teaching positions are notoriously difficult to find, particularly at top-tier universities such as these 2. With this opportunity, I got my foot into the door with initially a part-time job that I was reluctant to take, and then was able to gain valuable experience, lines on my resume, and references. I was lucky, I know it. But understand that some of these things are out of your control and focus instead on what you can do otherwise. Regarding getting ready for opportunities, I was prepared. I mentioned before my degree was in physics, which has similarities to BME. I was prepared. You call it statics and dynamics, I call it Newton's laws. EKG, just a noisy signal from a bad power source. Same concepts, different applications. Just because your degree is in biomedical engineering doesn't mean that other disciplines are off limits. Our very own industry liaison, Preston Lynn, the grandfather of RTP, constantly talks about how you are the most versatile and knowledgeable type of engineer. However, if you don't believe that of yourself, then you are the olive pitter of the engineering world. You are versatile, you are knowledgeable, you are prepared for any field. Embrace it, embody it, otherwise it's not true. A lot of your design projects involved identifying problems in medicine and applying sometimes simple solutions from other engineering disciplines in a way that only a resourceful biomedical engineer with a breadth of experience can do. Finally, with generous coachings from Drs. Cole and Carty, I recognized the opportunity that I might have turned down hoping for, I don't know. Nothing was on my radar at the time. And now I'm happier than a pre-med in an easy A class. Remember that unless you are truly remarkable, no one will come to you with what you want. Do better than me and jump at an imperfect chance. There is no such thing as a perfect job, so stop waiting for it or be paralyzed by indecision. My second anecdote is shorter and more remarkable. Karel Husa was born in Prague in 1921, destined to be a civil engineer. He cobbled a few shoes at his family's shoe store, practiced his violin, played ice hockey and handball, but probably realized that these were not his destined careers. During Husa's first semester in engineering school in October of 1939, on the Czechoslovak Independence Day, many students and civilians demonstrated against the Nazi occupation, culminating in Jan Opletal, a medical student, being mortally wounded in the abdomen. A month later, during Opletal's funeral, several thousand students rioted against autocratic political malfeasance, and thousands of them were arrested, 9 were executed, and more than 1,000 were sent into concentration camps. The Nazi administrators closed all the Czech colleges and universities that had caused them trouble, scuttling Husa's career plans. Luck number 1. Now that he was out of school, he soon received orders to board a train to work in a munitions factory in Dresden. Any student of history or Kurt Vonnegut knows how this could have ended. Unwisely, he did not board that train. So the SS agent came back and said that he had better not miss that next train. Ignoring orders was something only fools do. Luck number 2. So how was he prepared? Well, I mentioned, among his other hobbies, Husa had taken violin lessons, and on the side he had sketched a few pieces. The only school still open in Prague was the Music Conservatory. So he took this opportunity to evade the Nazis and a future firebombing and enrolled in a music composition program, certainly not what he planned to do after his high school graduation. More than 10 honorary PhDs, Cornell University and Ithaca College professorships, commissions from major orchestras, and countless awards, including a Pulitzer Prize, all in music, I think things worked out quite well for my grandfather. Songs would have been written about his bridges had he been a civil engineer as he was supposed to, just like that song about London Bridge. And best that he was on the composition side of that situation. So there it is. I've selfishly recounted 2 stories, but each one of you in the audience and on stage probably has your own example that illustrates my thesis. Graduates, look no further than the start of your NC State careers, with COVID right there at the start. But like the fractalized self-similarity of the bronchial tubes or circulatory system, patterns of life are repeated across many length scales. Your last 4 years will be like your next 40 years. And while tough, while unexpected, here you are graduating. Here you are. You made it this time, and you will make it next time as well. Regarding quantum mechanics, Albert Einstein famously said, "God does not play dice." He could not accept some of the random aspects of quantum mechanics, even though he was like a really smart genius. Random aspects of our own lives are just as difficult to accept, even though they happen. The late Stephen Hawking played on Einstein's quote when talking of black holes. Not only does God definitely play dice, but he sometimes confuses us by throwing them where they can't be seen. Accept that the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune will fly, and realize you can't always understand why they happen, or even if they're good or bad. But if you play your dice right from this point on, in expectation of something unexpected, then you will succeed, wherever that may be, wherever that might be, and however that may be. Congrats, all of you up there. Go out and do great things, and stay in touch. We will miss you all dearly. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Leanne Carty. I'm the Associate Chair for Education and the Director of the Undergraduate Program. So before I start with my remarks, I just want to make a few comments. Graduates, you've worked very hard for this. Take your time, strut across if you'd like. We're going to stop, and we have a photographer here to take a picture. But for those of you who brought your own paparazzi, feel free to come down, and if that photograph doesn't turn out exactly like you want, I'm available for reenactments after the ceremony. So I want to start by just thanking all of you here, because you have supported these students, you have helped develop these students, you have given us these students, and I think I speak not only for myself, but for all of the faculty and staff who work with the students. We know how lucky we are and what a privilege it is to be able to work with the best that society has to offer. But we're engineers. We don't just like to talk about things, we like to demonstrate them. So we're going to have a little demonstration here. Graduate students, feel free to play along. Our graduates are so outstanding. Many of them have very distinguished honors. So graduates, please stand if you have completed Honors Carolina or the NC State Honors or Scholars programs. Thank you. Thank you. Please stand if you've completed an honors thesis. Please stand if you've completed a minor. Please stand if you've completed a double major. But our students don't just learn in the classroom, they learn in the world. And so please stand if you completed a study abroad. Please stand if you worked an internship. Please stand if you conducted research. And our students give back. So please stand if you've been an officer in a club. Please stand if you've been a department, college, or a university ambassador. Please stand if you've been a teaching assistant or an undergraduate assistant. And please stand if you're accepting a commission as an officer in the U.S. Armed Forces Services. And our students work extremely hard, so I would like for you to stand and remain standing if you have spent many nights working late to earn this degree. Okay, please stay up, and if anyone's not up, would someone please wake them up? At this point, I'd like to welcome Dr. Husseini back to the stage. And it is with great pleasure that we present to you the Biomedical Engineering class of 2024. The first row, if you could please remain standing and come forward, and all others may be seated.
Robert Miles Samaskowitz. Abel John Abraham. Adrian Nyamika Aligwikwe. Isabella Grace Alera. Ryan Michael Anderson. Adeline Anziger. Emma Vladimirova Apostolova. Muskan Aslam. Albieri Aldair Ayala Luna. Zachary Taylor Matos Azevedo. Hannah Michael Baker. Micah Jovito Alvaro Centarius Baldonado. Stacy Christine Ban. Graham Bryant Bass. Nicole Carolyn Baugh. Samantha Ann Baxter. Kaylee Marie Bina. Geneva Grace Bostian. Hannon Lydia Brown. Students, don't forget after you receive your diploma to go and get your portrait taken on the side of the stage. Elijah John Buckles. Matthew Franklin Bunn. Elizabeth Monroy Burns. Yamung Tsai. Jesse Clayton Stewart Carr. Alexia Kenzie Cash. Francisco Adam Castillier. Daniel Benjamin Chance. Claire Chow. Nabil Mario Lutfallah Shadid. Kaiwen Chen. Ava Labreck Cohen. William Dixon Corley. Michael Joseph Cotton. Emily Grace Day. Anushka Deshmukh. Hassan Dia. Michelle Dixit. Sarah Kate Doherty. Seth Fisher Doyle. Madeline Grace Dudley. Laura Page Dugan. Jamie Leon English. Elena Fernandez Martinez. Caroline Rose Fox. William Kaiser Frickoffer. Elizabeth Pranjal Gaffney. Kyle William Gagliardi. Mary Kathleen Gallagher. Carter Edward Gamble. Rachel Elizabeth Gentile. Tina Gashgai. Jonathan Tyler Gilbert. Jacob Aaron Glazer. Stephanie Gomez Palacios. Laura Leary Griffin. Akarsh Gaud Gundu. Varad Devadatta Gurde. Priyash Noor Hafiz. Lamis Najim Hamuda. Amy Elizabeth Henderson. Spencer Jody Higgins. Emma Kathleen Hinkle. Carissa Ming Hoover. Claire Laura Elizabeth Howes. Brian Mingyo Hua. June Ikeda. Brooke Alexis Ireland. Jillian Marie Jessup. Alexa Nicole Jimenez Escribano. Emma Grace Suyan Johnson. Ike Olufemi Keku. Emma Caroline Kennedy. Sadia Khan. Alexander Joseph Knight. Kennedy Diane Knight. Robert Lee Cobrin. Varun Kochar. Edgar Felix Kong. Sai Akila Krathapoli. John Lucas Kurtz. Jonathan Michael Lambert. Jeffrey Glenn Langley, Jr. Benson An Lee. Simyi Lee. Ethan Michael Luffelholtz. Nathan Patrick Lopez. Kevin Zabio Maya Lima. Riley Allison Mann. Sachi Gabriella Marshall. Alexander Paul Martuchin. Awab bin Masroor. Bailey Michelle McCachran. William Douglas McLean. Sarah Marie Meehan. Amber Marie Miles. Sabrina Caitlin Miller. Ashlesha Dilip Mirajkar. John Francis Monroe. Rachel Lynn Morris. Keelan Grace Murphy. Ishan Nadgoda. Raed Marwan Naim. Kaylin Quinn Grace Nelson. Christian Taylor Nightingale. Anne Elise Norris. Emily Marie Norwood. Victoria Maria Olachowski. D'Artagnan Edward Sylvester Otto Meyer. Andrew McLaughlin Page. Gina Marie Palazzolo. Avanti Ponachkar. Joseph Michael Parisi. Kayla Marie Park. Ria Manish Patel. Sesha Shashin Patel. Alexandra Margaret Patton. Nathaniel Ross Patton. Anjana Devarasetti Pranavi. Maya Salish Rana. Carly Morgan Rao. Rebecca Jo Renfro. Peyton Alexander Reyes. Jocelyn Michelle Reynolds. Philip Thomas Robertson. Courtney Elise Rogers. Anisa Salahuddin. Anusha Samal. Emma Jane Sawyer. Shikha Saxena. Zoe Scholes. Sydney Francis Schwartz. Pooja Devang Shah. Christopher Sharkey. Luke Alexander Sheehy. Rachel Elise Sides. Emily Lynn Stein. Genevieve Webster Sirkin. Catherine Blake Tarrin. Angelina Lucille Vaselli. Rohan Vora. Stephen Mitchell Vorobiov. Brenna Catherine Walsh. Eli Walton. Tian Z. Wong. Parker Merritt Watson. Samantha Lynn Watson. Robert Edward Wilson. Jacob Keenan Wise. Jordan Day Womack. James Austin Wright IV. Elon In. Amin Rashid Sufiruddin.
Let's give them all one final round of applause.
The MedTech Innovation and Entrepreneurship Program is not for the faint of heart, right guys? We throw the students into area hospitals in the summer and ask them to identify the most pressing needs in healthcare. Then we ask them to solve those problems by designing and building medical devices that have never been created before. After that, we ask them to build companies as well as plans to manufacture and market their devices. All in 11 months, and all for a budget of about $600. The small but mighty class of 2024 has risen to these challenges. They've addressed urgent issues in surgical retraction, vasopressor management, diabetic wound infection, and vascular occlusions. Now they're ready to get out there and launch their own companies, or join others to bring new products to market that will no doubt improve healthcare for us all. I can't think of a more meaningful career. So friends, family, how about a little love for the MedTech class of 2024?
Matthew Einsman. No. Hunter Faulkner. Hannah Flores. Susan Floyd. Joseph Jaster. Ishiro Koshi. Alex Schaefer. Audrey George. Daniela Martinez Leal. Cameron Pirosi. Isaac Shaw. One more round of applause for the MS MedTech class of 24.
All right. So in addition to our talented MedTech MS students, we had a few students complete a thesis-based master's degree this year, along with, of course, our PhD candidates. And these are degrees that really require a high degree of depth of academic achievement. In the case of the PhD, it can take 5 to 6, sometimes 7 years of hard work, focus, failure, grit, and determination to formulate new and impactful research questions, execute a rigorous experimental design, and clearly communicate these findings in a dissertation document. It is a challenging endeavor under normal circumstances, and many of the graduates today, perhaps all of them, persevered through the pandemic, which disrupted their ability to go into the lab and do the research, which makes their accomplishment all the more impressive. So kudos to you all. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our master's candidates. Find it. First, Hanju Lee, the potential for blood-brain barrier disruption during 3D transcranial ultrasound super resolution imaging under the direction of Dr. Paul Dayton and Dr. Gianmarco Pinto. And Truton Tran, engineering of thermostable B-hydroxybutyrate dehydrogenases for their application in ketone sensors, under the direction of Dr. Koji Sodi. All right, and now for our PhD candidates. In addition to awarding the diplomas today, there will be an additional hooding ceremony in which the candidate's advisor or another faculty member will hood the graduate, signifying both the passing of knowledge to the next generation, as well as the commitment to lifelong scholarly pursuits. So, first up, Kirti Anand. High frame rate, GPU accelerated ARFI, log vol A based carotid plaque characterization with concurrent vector Doppler derived wall shear stress estimation for stroke risk assessment, under the direction of Dr. Katerina Galippi. Mara Vrabel-Brown, investigation of cryoablation as a modulator of immunogenicity in vitro and in vivo, under the direction of Dr. David Zarhov. Changjia Tsai, computational and optical methods for fast imaging, recording, and analysis of neural activity, under the direction of Dr. Nicholas Pigard and Dr. Andrea Giovannucci. Yiheng Tsai, Deep Learning-Based Automated Cell Detection and Classification in Fluorescence Microscopy Images, under the direction of Dr. Alon Greenbaum. Elizabeth Doherty, Cell-Derived Matrix Platforms for Microphysiological Disease Modeling of Vascular Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, under the direction of Dr. William Polachek. Chen Li, Designing Intelligent Light Sheet Fluorescence Microscopes Through Deep Learning, under the direction of Dr. Alon Greenbaum. Junlung Lee, Minimally Invasive Delivery of Stem Cells and Exosomes for Heart Repair, under the direction of Dr. Kay Cheng. Wentao Liu, Inverse Reinforcement Learning for Enhancing Human-Robot Symbiosis and Robot Control Design, under the direction of Dr. Helen Huang. Nina Alexandra Moisevich, Fibrin Structure and Function, New Insights in Coagulopathy and Cardiovascular Therapies, under the direction of Dr. Ashley Brown. David Probst, Development and Characterization of a Real-Time Levodotopa Sensor, under the direction of Dr. Kojay Sode. Grant Skull, Fibrin Modulating Colloids as Novel Treatments for Fibrin-Associated Pathologies, under the direction of Dr. Ashley Brown. Sandra Stanglin-Molo, Development and Validation of a Bone-on-Chip Device to Understand Bone Vascular Interactions, under the direction of Dr. Jacqueline Cole. Let's give our research-based MS and PhD students one more round of applause.
We have now come to the end of the 2024 Joint Department of Biomedical Engineering Commencement Ceremony. Of course, for today's graduates, this is not an end. It is just a milestone, really the beginning of your journeys as biomedical engineers. It is important to note that achieving this milestone has not been done in a vacuum, and I want to recognize the families, friends, and colleagues who have supported our students over the last few years. The years during which our current class started were particularly challenging during the COVID pandemic, and it has been all of you that have helped carry our graduates through. Finally, I want to thank the faculty and staff of the Joint Department, many of whom are here today, for sharing their time and their lives with our graduate. And specific thanks to Teresa Jones, Carrie Williams, Vilma Berg, Kat Clardy, Yvette Thompson, and Elizabeth Weintraub for their efforts organizing this impressive event. And to our graduates, it is now time to go out into the world to continue to learn, to ideate, to invent, to build, to educate, to provide, and to continue our mission to unite engineering and medicine to improve lives. As you do this, stay in touch. Connect with BME on LinkedIn, on X, on Instagram, and continue to share our mission and also to engage and inspire the next generation of biomedical engineers. This brings this program to the close. Please remain seated while the processional exits. We're going to exit faculty, then the graduate students, PhD first, then masters, and then the undergraduates on the stage. So please, everyone, offer one final round of congratulations to our graduates. We wish you the best.
Thank you.